two-guard spot. And for the 76ers, we've got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Also Williams out there. Anderson is out there with Joel Embiid. And it's Silva in at the power forwards position. Porzingis finds Lowry. Over Williams. And too long on the shot. Bill, in 2009, Kevin Durant was just honorable mention in your book of basketball. Now a decade later, where is he in your evaluation?
Yeah, I remember I did this thing in my book, and it was like the four best bets to crack the pyramid of the top 100, and he was the #1 candidate. It was like he was clearly headed toward a Hall of Fame career. I would have him now in the top 15. I think when you look at his first 12 years, the consistency, the scoring stats that he's had compared to all the greats, 2 Finals MVPs. His teams have won every year for 10 years, regardless of where he's been playing. And the All-NBAs, you add everything up, and there's just no way he's not one of the best 4 forwards ever.
From outside the arc, rebound Brooklyn.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
Oh, man, did you see him close that gap? What a great job. He made the shooter feel uncomfortable.
And now just over a minute played here in the first.
76ers foul.
Love inside. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. 6 to shoot. Gordon kicks to Durant. Fires from deep. Drills the three-pointer. KD's got 5 points so far.
The rhythm and the poise that Durant has when getting ready to catch and shoot is second to none in the league.
Williams for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. You'll name a couple past superstars that didn't always get enough credit for being as dominant as they were.
Moses Malone would be my #1 pick. Probably the best player in the league for 5 years. Dominant in '83, they won the title in Philly. Really gave Kareem a lot of problems, and was just awesome, and has now just been swept under the rug. Nobody even really remembers. So I would go with him first. Never. Well, it was part of the problem. They were tape delaying games back then, and we didn't have league pass. We didn't have a lot of that stuff. I think he was really underrated, and you kind of never know who's going to endure and who's not going to endure. You know, he's never like that.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame. Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. To the inside, Silva, and it's blocked by Gordon. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Love's running. Outside, Porzingis buries it from three-point range.
I don't think we'll ever see another 7'3" player who can drain the three like Porzingis. He takes the idea of that inside-outside threat to a whole nother level.
Williams for 3. Offensive rebound. Here's Silva.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And from the line thus far, how about 83% on the season? Outstanding.
Kyle Lowry, an all-star year after year, but Bill, his playoff performance historically a little bit more uneven.
And the best thing that happened to him was LeBron leaving the East. And then all of a sudden that narrative changes and he makes the finals and he had some moments. And, I think there was a little turnaround for him in the Milwaukee Bucks series last year where there was a fearlessness that he was able to recapture and play with like he would in the regular season. There was a tentative nature to him sometimes in some of these playoff games. In that Bucks series, I felt like he found himself.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, three-pointer, Lowry score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The kick out to Anderson. And that one's on target from the wing.
And this is what his team likes seeing. They want Anderson to keep taking these kinds of shots.
Lowry drives in on the wing. Gordon. Let's go. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Embiid's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Step back and squared up.
He's 1 for 4 to start the game. Now, I know he's disappointed with that, but we got a long way to go.
Bill, you look at the awards given out by the league. Most have been around for a while. Is there any award that you'd like to add? Something that's not being touched on in terms of high performance and success?
I think that there should be a playoff MVP. I made this
I
case
like
in my
that idea.
book
That's
that
a great idea.
there's always like a best guy in every postseason, and I would like to see who that would be. And it's pretty easy to go backwards and figure out who it was. I did that. Just go backwards and have all the backstory of who it should have been, but then going forward, now here are the ones we're adding. I would like to see that. I would also like to see a best bench celebration award, because certain teams just have these guys. They're good at pointing. They're good at fist pumping. First guy during the timeout running over.
Chest bumps.
They have handshakes.
All of it, yeah.
They're waiting at the scorer's table before the game to do the special handshake with each guy. I feel like that guy deserves some shine. Last year, DeAndre Jordan, I think, was one of the first guys I remember who was just great at this before he started playing. Late 2000s clips. I was like, man, this guy's he's not playing, but he's really
into
figuring
it.
out how to affect the game.
Good. I like that. Lopez. Brooks pulls it in.
Setup's good. That's the shot they're looking for, but you can't get them all to go.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
And just a top-notch free throw shooter this year, all the way up there at 88%.
And he makes the first. And Burks hits 2 free throws.
Now, his free throw shooting is something they never need to worry about. He doesn't even know how to go through a cold streak.
Pass to Barnes. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It goes on Kenneth Faried.
Now, the professionalism that Barnes brings to the floor is invaluable. I mean, he's someone that comes in and wants to contribute in any way he can.
And he sinks the second. Bill, it's no secret that your heart lies in Boston. Just what was it like growing up in and around that area?
Well, it's definitely the reason I like sports as much as I do, because it's so sports obsessed. A lot of it is cold weather stuff, I feel like, where there's 5 months a year that just stink, and then there's 3 other months that, it's just smoking hot and humid. And so the sports makes everybody kind of crazy because you're crazy anyway. But there's nothing like being in Boston when something good's happening, like Celtics making an NBA playoff run, or the Bruins making a cup run, or the Red Sox in September when the Yankees are coming to town, or the Saturday before a Patriots game. You can kind of feel it as the community of it. That's the difference between here and a place like LA.
It's formed you as a professional.
Absolutely.
Teague surveying the D. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, Jeff Teague, one of the more calm players at the line, always looks to be in control. Absolutely stone cold at the line thus far.
And he's good on the second. We've got 1:28 left in the first quarter. Now Burks. 9 points in the game so far. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Unloads from 13. Misses off the left iron.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
The pass to Porzingis over Anderson. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Burks against LeVert. Burks' shot is good. Burks has got 11. For Brooklyn, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field to this point. Barnes outside. to Porzingis. Back to Barnes. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. A second chance effort, and Lopez gets it to go. And Brooklyn leads by 2.
Now you got to respect the effort. When Lopez is determined to rebound the ball, it makes a difference.
Here's Nunn. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Lopez with the steal. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Porzingis has got the ball. Barnes left side. Over Anderson. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him.
Such a versatile defender. Anderson's length and basketball IQ, that's what allows him to guard multiple positions.
Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. Brooklyn ahead. And Kevin Durant talked about his teammates and the versatility this roster has.
I like our depth. I like that we could play.
It's clear KD is very happy playing with this group of guys.
That's why he signed here. But you can bet Durant is going to be leading the charge.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Yeah, they're clawing, they're grinding, they're doing anything they could to make the most of their possessions.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Jahlil Okafor is out there with Marc Gasol. Then there's Kyle Anderson. Then there's Alec Burks. And it's Nunn in at the point. Lets it fly. Marc Gasol picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Bill, you wear so many hats, writing, producing, performing. You're running the ringer, which is highly successful. What role satisfies you the most?
I would say working with young people and trying to help them get better. I think that's the coolest thing you can do, especially if you feel like you've done some good stuff and accomplished some things and realized some dreams. Like the next thing to do is just to, can you help other people get to where they should go?
Well, a lot of this wasn't around when you and I were growing up. So
No.
what were your dreams?
My dream initially was just to write a sports column that people read. That's what I wanted forever, yeah. And then the most satisfying thing is just not knowing what's next, but taking chances and hoping things are going to be fun and work out. You have to have a good team around you, and you have to have like 6 or 7 awesome people that you completely trust who can help you do stuff, because it's impossible to do everything yourself, especially if you're trying to increase the scale of what you're doing. And I think that even works for an NBA organization. You know, it's not like one person running everything. I would say putting a good team around you is the most important thing.
It's a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we know about Lou Williams' story. The 3-time Sixth Man of the Year may be undersized, but he keeps finding angles to score. Williams said, "I can't shoot straight up. I've always played crooked. It's weird, but it's something I've developed, fading away from guys. I have bigger defenders on me, and it's just about creating space." Kevin, even well into his 30s, Lou Will still does it as well as anybody.
I would totally agree, David. He is always deadly. Thank you.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Both teams will make substitutions. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Bill, you study pop culture. The 2K Esports League is a phenomenon right now, which is sweeping the country. Do you think that's going to alter the perception of gaming in any way?
Yeah, I would say it has one of the best chances of any esports league to succeed because people just love basketball. And you can feel it there in the off season. The shift in basketball content and the fact that it's now a 12-month-a-year sport for us. And now it goes from the playoffs to the draft to where people going in free agency. And then that plays out for a month, and then something else will happen. All of a sudden it's August.
Summer leagues are
summer
coming
leagues
up.
happening, and then all of a sudden the season's close, and and then you just kind of recycle, and it's a 12-month-a-year sport.
Right. Love can't hit. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Philadelphia. They trail by 7. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. And it's blocked by Gordon. From 10 feet out, offensive rebound. Lowry looking around. Love outside. Just 5 to shoot. Lets the 3 fly, and he's good on the 3 ball. Love's got the lead up to 10 now for Brooklyn. Bill, I wanted to go back to what you were talking about with the 2K League, and you mentioned how basketball has grown into essentially a 12-month-a-year sport.
For me, a 2K esports league just makes sense. It fits into that. I think people love the players. I think they care about these athletes, in basketball, so much more than the other sports. And for me, it's really gratifying because I've loved basketball my whole life. And for a while there, when I grew up as a kid, they would tape delay in the finals. And, it was like the second-tier league. And now to see how popular it is and how much people love it, it's just, I feel like I was in early. I'm sure you do too.
Absolutely. I mean, when Magic Johnson is a rookie and starting at center in Game 6 in Philadelphia, yes.
And it was tape delayed.
And it was tape delayed.
My beloved Boston Celtics won the 1981 title, and it was on tape delay in Boston. And I went to bed, and my dad woke me up to watch the game for me. And it's not even 40 years ago. So I think the other thing that really helps with the 2K Esports League is that these guys play 2K, the actual players.
Right.
They
care about it.
They care about it. They have an incredible amount of time on their hands because they're too famous and they can't go anywhere. So they're in hotel suites. They're bringing with the PlayStation or Xbox with them. They're playing their friends. They're playing each other online. And this is what they're doing all day.
Well, even from that range, the floater is one of the toughest shots in the game.
Williams against Lowry. Passes to Zeller. Shot on the wing. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
But you're exactly right. I mean, that's the kind of shot you're trying to work for at the offensive end.
Fareed's checked in for the 76ers. Porzingis, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Brooklyn leading by 8. Bill, you look at the career path of Kevin Durant. Some guys want to be the man. Other guys want to be a significant part of a bigger picture. He can play a lot of different roles. And he's so good, that's what makes him so, compelling.
Right. He is a guy that can fit into any system and figure out what to do. And I think that's really rare talent. I actually think Larry Bird and Magic Johnson were like that. And I'd be willing to... LeBron is, in my opinion, one of the 3 best players ever. LeBron, you always kind of have to fit into what he's good at. All the teammates that he's had, he's like certain types of guys. Durant is somebody that just loves being part of a bigger team and doesn't care if he shoots 28 times. Doesn't really want to.
He's so confident in his own...
Wants to pass. He's an elite passer, and he's just good at everything. And I don't think he gets enough credit for that. You look at like your 2K rating. What would be a bad part of his 2K rating? He's good at everything.
Williams finds Anderson. And here's Embiid. Over Porzingis. The kick out to Williams. Inside. Deflects the pass. Here's Fareed. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Lob pass to Gordon. Taken away by Williams. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the rejection by Love. Williams up on top. Now recovering. Williams passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. 4 on the clock. Another shot. Brooklyn with the rebound. Porzingis has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And entertaining as always, Bill, thank you so much for stopping by. We always appreciate your time.
Thank you. I don't want to do any Celtic games. Can we not do that? I don't want to see that team. Let's do the other teams.
Okay. And GA, what a pleasure to talk with Bill about this game. He brings that super fan perspective.
From a young child watching games at the Garden, and you sense he's never lost that wonder and enthusiasm.
He's been cold, and it's been hurting him. The D, was ready for him. He hasn't been able to solve it.
Here's KD. He can't get it to go. Now the 76ers take it the other way. On the wing, Williams. From the arc. Kept alive. Here's Fareed.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. And the defense has to be aware of this. When you don't put a body on him, you pay the consequences.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Here's Anderson. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
I like seeing Anderson look to capitalize from there, showing that nice soft touch on that shot.
Durant down low, working on Anderson. Looking to get back on track here. No good on the layup.
Some very aggressive defense to prevent the easy lay-in.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Brooklyn leads by 6. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Harrison, shots definitely falling in the first half. How did you guys get it going?
Just us playing off each other, trying to get to the basket.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see. For Brooklyn, Kenny, what did you see from them?
Well, I see a team that's playing smart, moving the ball around to the open man, just taking what the defense gives them. There's a nice flow, a nice energy, a nice synergy to the game.
Shaq, what'd you think about Philadelphia?
I like the way they rebounded. They devoted a lot of energy down low, fighting.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. It's been one outstanding game so far from Alec Burks.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
Yeah, showing that tenacity, both mentally and physically.
And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. They've got Porzingis. Durant is out there with Gordon. Then there's Lowry. And it's Love in a 2-guard. Right side, Durant. That one off the back iron and out.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
All that Embiid needs really is positioning inside. Once he has it, you know he's done.
And after he missed the first 2 seasons of his career, Greg, with the broken bone in his foot, would injuries be your main concern for Joel Embiid?
Look, no doubt about it. As long as he's healthy, he's an all-league performer. Still, 7-footers carry a lot of weight in our league. He wants to prove he can play big minutes. They just got to make sure they protect him.
Anderson kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. The wing jumper off target.
His bad night from the field is only going to get worse if he keeps throwing up shots like that.
And it's Gordon with the finish.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Pass to Silva. Back to Williams. There's the pass to Silva. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon. The NBA will play a regular season game in Paris for the first time. Hornets and Bucks. Chris, you're planning to be there for that, aren't you?
Such a beautiful city. Can't wait. And think about all our players from France that are here now that are doing such great things in the NBA. It's going to be awesome for them to get to go home and do it in front of their families.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Lopez comes in for Porzingis, and it's Barnes in for Durant. Anderson passes to Embiid. Here's Nunn. Lowry covering. Lopez with the block.
Having to be careful around Lopez. He's solid at timing when to leap up to block shots.
And then Gordon with the dunk.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Embiid, the pass to Burks. There's the triple. Lopez grabs the board. Brooklyn leading by 4. Down low. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Here's none, and it's sent back by Lopez. And here's the fast break. Love leading the way, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, it feels like they're just one step ahead right now, looking to build out their advantage even further.
Nunn passes to Burks. Over Love. Another miss by Philadelphia.
For a player who's almost a sure thing to score in tight, that one's a stunner.
Lowry against Embiid. It's good. And it's a 10-point Brooklyn lead.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
They came out the locker room refreshed. I mean, they've been the stronger team since halftime, no doubt.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Lobbed up there for Lopez.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And so it's Burks bringing it up now for the Philadelphia 76ers. Pass to Nunn. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And for the Sixers, the health of their draft picks has been a story. Zaire Smith, Markelle Fultz, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, all missing significant time with injury.
Health continues to be a key for them, GA. Embiid in particular, he's missed some games last year, missed some back-to-backs, and he's 7'2". You just hope his knees can withstand the grind. They got to keep him going to reach their goal.
Now the 76ers on the break. It's rebounded by Payton. Brooklyn leading by 8. Barnes outside. And it's off from three-point range. And for the 76ers, they're shooting about 33%. Not happy with their play on that end. Burks' shot is good.
I mean, I don't always like the 3 in the fast break, but the D was set up well inside.
It's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Teague's checked in. It's LeVert on the wing. Burks covering. Burks against LeVert. Just 5 on the clock. T kicks to LeVert. Shoots over Burks. And again, no good by Brooklyn. The 76ers trail by 5. Buries it down low. Burks has got 5 points in the quarter. For Brooklyn, they've gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the third quarter. Teague finds LeVert. Back to Teague. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Over Gasol. And again, no good by Brooklyn. 76ers have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The 76ers have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
Well, if teams are getting shaken up a bit, coach is usually the first to go, get fired. Do you think teams get too trigger happy with that aspect, coach first and then looking at the team?
Yeah, I do. But unfortunately, if you're the head of the team, that's the responsibility, and that's kind of that's your job to take all of the heat. Being a coach is such a thankless job. You don't get thanked unless you win the championship. If not, it's like, good job, okay. We don't care about the fires you put out. We don't care about the players you develop. We don't care about the chemistry you built. You didn't win, and so yeah, coaches are usually the first to go, and it's unfair. But hopefully they have some connections and they have a good resume, because they'll be back around somewhere else. They'll pop up somewhere else.
They sure will. KD's checked in for Harrison Barnes. Burks against KD. Here's the teardrop. Porzingis with the block. Here's Teague. That's good, and it's KD with the assist. Durant's got 4 assists in the game.
Mr. Everything. Durant can score it, pass it, do what you want to do. He can defend at a high level. So fun watching him play.
Fareed the pass to Nunn. Burks for 3. And it's Durant with the rebound.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Looking to end his cold spell. Lays it up off the glass. Now it's a 6-point Brooklyn lead.
As lanky as he is, you would think it'd be easy to throw Durant around and off balance. Nope. Even with contact, he'll still finish.
Burks can't get it to go. For Brooklyn, they've gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Good D by Lopez.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Yeah, Greg, that's just great defense, forcing his man into a difficult attempt.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The 76ers with another miss. And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. Next up on the docket, the Bucks following this one. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. Here's Fareed. And it's slammed in by Fareed.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
Yeah, going defense to offense in an instant. Every team now calibrated to do that.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Brooklyn ahead. They lead by 8. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Well, I like that he didn't make his decision too early. You know, he let the play develop. That's how you do it. Finds the weakness in that defense.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. They've got Kenneth Fareed. Also, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander out there. Marc Gasol is out there with Williams, and it's Nunn in at the 2 spot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. And that's a foul called on Porzingis. That is his first foul of the game. The 76ers making a switch here. Anderson's checked in, and a switch here for Brooklyn. Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for Brook Lopez. On defense, Brooklyn, 8-point game. Fareed dishes to Anderson. Now here's Williams. Shot clock at 6. And it's Anderson that time on the assist by Williams.
With his size and skill set, oh man, he can play multiple positions, and Kyle Anderson is a versatile scoring presence out there on the floor.
Durant up top, he's covered by Anderson. KD passes to Porzingis. Over Gasol. Porzingis can't hit. The 76ers trail by 6 to the inside. Here's Williams. Rebound, Brooklyn. Lowry's got 4 rebounds in this game. Durant kicks to LeVert. Passes it to Porzingis. Williams against Lowry. LeVert from outside. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
He hasn't chipped in with many points tonight. The good thing he has the guys around him to carry the weight.
Pass to Williams. High arcing shot. Fareed, and it's put back in by Fareed.
Just in a perfect position. To grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Brooklyn leading by 4. Left side Lowry. And the shot goes in. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Brooklyn with the rebound.
He doesn't get the finish, but the D's got to be quicker to rotate and stop him from getting to the rim.
And it's good, 2 points. And now an 8-point Brooklyn lead.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
To the paint. Porzingis with the block.
He has shot them in the foot with his inability to make shots tonight.
And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Love check in for Brooklyn. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. A 3-ball. Rebound by the 76ers. Embiid's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Gilgeous-Alexander drops in the tray.
And this is the attitude Anderson brings. A selfless player who loves giving it up to his open guys.
Lowry against Williams. From deep. Love with the bucket. And Brooklyn leads by 8.
And that's in the gym range, Kev. He can pull up and knock it down from anywhere.
Lowry against Williams. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
Brooklyn leading by 6. Here's Durant. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. 15 points for KD.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
And the 76ers call time here.
Something you just don't appreciate enough. It's the efficiency of Kevin Durant. 7 straight years now of him shooting over 50% from the floor. I mean, it's incredible given how many shots he takes.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Brett Brown talking with his team. He is upset about the perimeter play. He told the guys on the defensive end, stay connected to the shooters. On the offensive end, if you don't have an open shot, pass it around. We'll see if the ball starts to unstick, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And KD, not just an elite scorer, Chris, as you said, but an efficient elite scorer.
Yeah, Kevin, you look at everyone else in the league scoring 30-plus a night, and they aren't shooting over 50% from the floor. That is just one of the many things that make KD a generational talent on the offensive end.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Philadelphia 76ers. Trailing by 10. Here's the floater. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Porzingis has got 13 rebounds in the game. Seeding. Love, no luck. Philadelphia shooting just 34% from the floor. Williams with a clean look. Another miss by Williams.
He's disappeared this quarter. He can't get anything to drop. That's not going to help him get out of the hole.
The 10-footer. Here's Gordon. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, easy call.
The first one falls. Some people have already predicted future MVPs. Is there a surprise name that you think could win that MVP award, Chris, down the road?
I think there are a few surprises. I mean, we can go young with young guys like Trae Young or Luka Doncic. We can go with guys that we expect to do it like Anthony Davis, who it just seems like he's just biting at the bit. There's a few young Celtics. There's a few young Lakers that in a few years you never know what they could do, especially the ones that are playing with great guys and watching their practice habits, game habits, stealing their recipes or stealing what they eat before the game and their health-wise. So many guys right now that are going to be in that second tier coming up. It's going to be fun to watch their growth.
1:57 left to play here in the fourth. Here's Embiid. And it's good for 2. Embiid's got it back down to single digits for the 76ers.
Proving how legitimate of a threat he is inside. I mean, once Embiid gets it this close, it's all over.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. They're up by 9. There's 1:47 left to play in the final quarter. We've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Kristaps Porzingis.
And the shooting percentage, how about all the way in the 60s, shows how deadly he can be when he's feeling it. And as locked in as he was, they were trying to feed him as much as possible. But he never got out of control. I mean, he kept his head and just stayed patient.
There must be something about playing in a hostile environment that drives him. He is really fed off that. The pass to Nunn. Shoots from 14, and that one is off. Durant with some nice D. Brooklyn leading by 9. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Porzingis with the rebound. For Brooklyn, they've gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. Here's Love. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Love's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for Brooklyn.
If they had to battle for this win, there were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the flow of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull away.
And now on the year, this will take them to 28 wins.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance, but in particular, a real good game it was for Porzingis.
He did all the dirty work that they needed, clearing out space underneath and securing rebounds.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
And it's Lowry penetrating. The basket good off the assist from Durant. And Brooklyn leads by 11.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, there's no doubt as to who was the better team. I mean, they proved it with this one.
With a step back, And he hits the jump shot. KD's got the lead up to 13 now for Brooklyn.
This is why I love his game. You really have to admire his tenacity.
Pass to Embiid. Here's none. Back to Embiid.
Oh, you got to stay down on the shot fake, Kevin. I mean, once Embiid has you in the air, the rest is easy.
First one falls for him.
At the line for your 76ers.
And Embiid drops them both. Here's Simons. Offline. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, G, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you later.